Hi and welcome to another episode of Chennai AI Community Podcast. So let's explore the world of AI through interesting conversations with AI experts. So today we have our guest AI data trainer Vijayakumar. Hi Vijay, thanks for joining today.
Thanks for having me.
How are you doing?
Fine.
So I would like to begin with knowing your journey. So I know that there is a fascinating journey that you have taken getting into the world of AI.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I'm currently working as a AI data trainer, also known as a data annotation specialist.
Okay.
So my journey into AI isn't a straight path. I did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering.
Okay.
And then my master's in manufacturing systems and management. It is a combination of MBA and manufacturing.
Okay.
And so then I started my career into publishing field as a project manager. I know it's a completely diverse
Publishing. Book publishing.
Yeah, book publishing.
Okay.
As a project manager. Like in the publishing field, I was handling a domain called ITP, which stands for Internet Professional. So we are clearing copyright permission for the books, particularly for domains like cloud computing, programming books, or any OSs like Windows or Linux, or any software books like that. So we used to get a lot of raw manuscript from the authors all around the world. So what we do is we have to skim through the books, whether it is a 20 chapter or 30 chapter. Some books may cross 1,000 pages. We have to skim through the books, and if we found any copyrighted content, we need to reach out to the authors to get permission to publish in this book. So while reading that, I'll get a lot of insights about technologies and everything.
So you are into the technology books?
Yeah, technology books.
Not that fiction, novel kind of. Okay, you chose this path. Okay, technology books.
So it is full of technology books. So I gained a lot of insights, especially the cloud technologies.
Okay.
So I got very intrigued in cloud. So before 2021, I know what I mean. If cloud means, I thought it was in the sky. So after that, I was getting into the cloud. So even after completing my office hours, I started reading clouds. So it's been a 6 month. I started reading all the clouds and everything. So I opened up my free AWS accounts and watching YouTube tutorials and practicing every hands-on tutorial. So then I came to know that there is an exam for this, like certification exam. So I asked my friends, is there any exam like that? So they told me that there is a beginner level exam. It's called AI Cloud Practitioner.
Correct. Yeah.
So they told me you can easily crack that because anyone with basic knowledge can easily crack that. So I started preparing for that.
Okay.
But I have other plans, so I went up for the AI Solution Architect Associate Level exam.
Okay, that's the topmost.
Kind of like with the experienced person. A person who have 1 or 2 years of experience in cloud means they can easily crack the exam. So my friends warned me, this is for experienced professionals, so don't go for this. You'll go for a cloud practitioner level.
Okay.
So anyway, just a try. So I wrote the exam on December 28, I think. December 28, 2021.
Okay.
I got the result on January 1st and cleared.
First attempt you cleared?
I cleared it in first attempt. I told my friend that I got cleared. They also shocked. Even I also got shocked. So I started taking weekend classes for my friends. They are working as developers.
Okay.
In different companies. As a non-tech person, I'm cracking the cloud exam and taking classes to.
What a journey.
Taking classes to developers. Like it is really exciting for me. So now currently I'm in AI. This
cloud thing, you studied manufacturing kind of MBA thing, and cloud you just picked it up just by reading books.
Yeah.
Okay. And what excited you in the cloud? You might have read so many technology books. Why?
The word cloud.
Yeah. That got.
So after reading the cloud, I thought it is maybe they are saying cloud because they are having some storage in satellite kind of thing.
It sounds big and high. Okay.
That word triggered me.
As AI data trainer, so if in simple words, if you can just tell what is AI data trainer?
As a AI data trainer, we curate, label, and refine the data so that the AI model can work efficiently and accurately.
So for anybody who is not very familiar with this terminology, in a real world example, if there is something.
I'll give 2 examples. As a AI model, they don't just learn on its own. So that's why we come in as AI data trainer. We train them by giving them examples so that they can identify certain patterns to train on it. Let me put it in simple way. Training an AI and growing a child is like similar thing.
Yeah.
Because as a child, we are getting all the inputs from our parents, like what are the do's and don'ts in society.
Yeah.
Likewise, as a AI data trainer, we instruct the AI model what are the do's and don'ts, but we have a certain set of guidelines as a SOP. We take the guidelines from there and we train the model according to that.
So this is like a well-behaved child.
Yeah.
So a parent who is upbringing a child
Yeah.
with right values and
But in
similarly with AI models also, AI data trainer does the same. They ensure that the right kind of inputs are being given so that it behaves in the right way and does its job properly.
Yeah, we have a certain skills for that.
Okay.
To become a AI data trainer. Like there are 3 important skills. First one is if anyone wants to enter into this field of AI data annotators, like data annotation specialists, means they must have 3 important skills. First, they need to understand the basics of machine learning.
Okay.
Then LLM, NLP and AI. So after that, the 2 important skills to become an AI data trainer is first one is attention to detail. So quality is a top priority, and privacy, because sometimes you may have to handle a customer data. So that is topmost priority. Privacy is topmost, and the quality. If you mess up with the quality, the model will end up going to be a failure. So that is the one. And the third part is even more important, which is AI data ethics.
Yeah.
So as a AI data trainer, you play a crucial role in training an AI model. So it affects the model. I mean, if you perform it well, means it will end up giving
our
good
value
results.
systems. Yeah.
So as a AI data trainer, that AI system should be, as a trainer, you should train the model with a fair, unbiased and responsible model.
Okay.
So these 3 things. First one is on the basic of AI and ML. Second one is attention to detail. Third one is data ethics. AI ethics.
Okay, that's interesting. So AI data training. If I wanted to talk about the flow of it.
Okay,
so basically, it's the ETL process. They collect the data.
Okay.
And probably the data science team, makes the SOP, and then it comes to the data annotator part. So, can we talk about some example, some real world example, if we can discuss that can relate with the audience?
Okay.
So why this is critical?
Let me give you a workflow.
Okay. Sure.
How the data flows to a data trainer.
Okay.
Initially, the first team is data collection team. So they'll collect all the data from sensors or customers and everything. So after that, data engineering team, it's called data infrastructure team. They'll cleanse the data, remove duplicate data, remove unnecessary data and everything, and then it goes to data science team. They'll define a plan. They'll define a goal for the AI model.
Okay.
So they will create an SOP out of it, and then the SOP moves to workflow team. Workflow team in the sense tool maker team, like annotation. They will create an annotation tool.
Okay.
Annotation tool, or else they'll opt for different tools that are available in the market, like Super Annotate, Label Box, or Prodigy, like that. So if they are not opting for the outside tool, if the company wants to make their own annotating tool, means they will create a own tool based on the SOP.
Correct. Yeah.
After that, it will go to data annotators for annotating. After annotating, it will goes to quality check, and then it goes back to data science team to refine the model. So this is how the workflow will be like.
Okay. The real example, if we can just
let's
think of example.
For example, if a company is making a wearable watch.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, wearable watch. They want to create a chatbot for the app.
Okay.
In the app. So first they need some volunteers. So they will ask their employees as a volunteer. So for example, let's take 100 employees. They are having the wearable watch. Okay. First, the data collection team. What they will do is, with the watch, they will collect all the data, like their daily routines, like sleeping patterns, heart rates, and then their weight, height, and everything. So they will collect the data. Then the data infrastructure team. What they will do is, they will cleanse the data. They will remove duplicate data, invalid sleeping pattern, invalid heart rate pattern, invalid weights.
Okay.
Like that, they will remove all the duplicacies. They will remove all the invalid data, and then it will go back to the data science team. So what they will do is, they will create a SOP out of it. Like they will define a goal. For example, finding a optimal workout plan based on their fitness level. This is the
so most likely they will be working with the healthcare professionals.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They will define a plan, like what is the optimal workout plan for the based on the fitness level. So after creating a SOP, it will move to the tech team. So there are 2 ways. Either they can go to the tools in the market like Super Annotate, Label Box, and Prodigy, or else they can create their own workflow. Own annotated tool.
Okay, so let's say in this case, now I'm wearing this watch.
Okay.
I am one of the employee, and
Okay.
all the data has been collected with my consent.
Yeah,
I'm
with
giving
your
my consent and
yeah.
say it's correct. So basic data like my hours of walking,
Yeah.
heart rate, all this goes into the AI system.
Yeah.
So this is like a raw data that goes obviously cleansed and
Yeah.
outliers, everything has been removed, and this goes in. Now we train the model. Let's say the use case of this would be something like I want to know what is the ideal. Let's say can I lift 30 kgs
Like bench
right
press.
bench press.
Okay.
Okay, if I'm asking this to a chatbot,
Mm.
so the AI system should basically tell me that okay, yeah, based on my
Past history.
past history, how much was my last weight that I lifted.
Or let's take you are new to bench press.
Yeah, okay.
So in that case, if a person is asking, I'm 60 kg, I'm new to bench lifting. Can I lift 15 kg or 20 kg bench press? So we will get in a tool we'll get response like first we get a questions from the user, and then the model will give a response, and then we have two options or three options maybe. So it will give a yes or no or else positive impact or negative impact. So if a person is asking, I am 65 kg, I am new to bench press, can I lift 20 kg?
Okay.
So they ask the question means if the model response will be like yes, based on yes you can, based on your previous history you don't have any prior injuries.
Correct.
So that you can lift the bench press and lift the weight gradually.
Makes sense. Okay. To summarize, it is something like first the initial data is taken and it is gone into the model, and it basically trains the model to give a certain response, and the response again the data science team defines. I mean the ML engineer, they define the rules on what the response should be. Now the response comes back. Let's say I'm asking this question, can I lift 30 kgs? Now as a data trainer, you will have let's say 100 employees are asking 200 to 300 questions. And you have all these questions and the answers coming from the model. And you as a data trainer, you will be going and saying that yes, this is the right response. This is the negative response. So all the right responses will be basically taken and again fed into the AI system.
Because
for retraining it.
Because they will predict a pattern which is right and which is wrong.
Okay.
So if the response is like as AI data model, I don't have any information regarding this, please use external website. If the response is very vague, means we obviously have to mark it as a negative impact.
Okay, so let's think of a scenario. So let's say somebody who doesn't like Italy. Okay. There is a data trainer who doesn't like Italy. Okay. And he's training a AI model. He or she is training a AI model. When a customer is basically asking, is it Italy is a healthy food or not? If the data trainer is marking as no, it's unhealthy.
Okay.
What happens?
For example, if a person is asking, is Italy healthy?
Healthy or not?
So the response will be like, yeah, Italy is healthy because it does a lot of probiotics. Is
correct.
Is response. So we have two options like healthy, not healthy.
If
the person doesn't like healthy, you obviously going to mark not healthy. If this is kind of a biased scenario.
Yes.
Like if the model keeps on getting the responses not healthy, means it will obviously
say Italy is not healthy.
Italy is not healthy.
But this quality, how this check?
So that's where the quality check team comes in. So they will revert back to healthy because we have to follow the SOP, right? But we are not following in this case. Like we have to follow the SOP. So they will check based on the SOP. And
so just to give a context to the audience, so let's say the data science teams gives a rule, they discuss with the healthcare professional and they say these are healthy food options, Italy is healthy food, but the data trainer is basically going against that and marking Italy is unhealthy because he doesn't like Italy. So then just like a normal call center, what happens is a random call, all the calls are getting recorded, but some random calls will be picked and heard by the quality assurance team. So likewise, the data annotation also will come and goes for quality check, and anything like this will get flagged. Okay, so I think similar to Italy is like, if I can relate to another situation, let's say a model which is trained with biased data, let's say it's just picking up somebody who says that what is the highest possibility of somebody clearing the interview, and somebody from Tamil Nadu who has deliberately said that all Tamil Nadu people, there's the highest probability of clearing it, rather than going and checking with the skill set. So this applicable, right? Like for example, somebody just marks 100 resumes are coming in, and if whenever they see Tamil Nadu and they say yes, this person has the potential to clear, then obviously if there are going to be 1000 resumes and we ask the AI system to filter the top 100 candidates, it is going to probably come back with this 100 Tamil Nadu people only.
Yeah.
Right?
Because of the bias.
Bias. So to rectify this, how can it be done?
So to rectify this, we can go with this approach. Like the model should read the job description.
Okay.
And then it should read the resume, and then it should give a response based on these two things. So, if, for example, is the person fit for a data scientist?
Okay.
So, based on the description and the resume, so it should give a response from it, and then we have a certain options whether fit or unfit. So, in SOP, we have certain guidelines like for a data scientist role, a person should have 5 years of experience, and they should have a Python or Ruby language, and they should know statistics and everything. We have certain set of guidelines.
Okay.
If they fall under this guideline, we have to give yes fit.
Okay.
If so they are not falling under this, we have to give unfit.
So that's interesting because that kind of reinforces the belief that when there are AI data trainers sitting there and they are going through the resumes and the skill set and their SOPs, and they say this is how you have to validate. This is the right evaluation, not just we're looking it's a Tamil Nadu and saying yes. You have to go through the skill set, you will have to go through the experience and say yes. So let's say a data trainer, maybe 200, 300, 500 resumes, they have trained AI system with this data. So then the AI is now capable of finding it with merit basis, with the experience basis, and not by some bias. Okay. That's interesting. So let's say, what are the different types of data first of all? So for our audience, if you can just share.
So there are text annotations there, and then video annotations, audio annotations, then 3D point cloud annotations, then image annotations. Okay.
So for text, we know generally for image annotations, we can identify objects. This is, let's say from a traffic signal, this is car, this person. So how a text annotation works, and what kind of annotations you normally do?
For example, there is one response from AI.
Okay.
So we have to annotate like the emotions of the text response, like whether it is a positive emotions or negative emotions.
Okay, because the AI now we are seeing this chatbots are able to understand the emotions. So this is the work of a AI data trainer where we have to annotate. See, this human being is angry. This is an angry tone, sarcasm. Right?
Yes.
That's how. Okay, that's with the text annotation. What is audio annotation?
Audio annotation is like identifying emotions in speech.
Okay,
similar
the same emotions.
Emotions in speeches.
Okay, so if somebody is angrily saying something, you should be able to probably talk. So I'm thinking of use case like, let's say there are therapy apps. Okay. Where somebody who's sad. This kind of annotation really helps to understand the emotions of the person. If a student is feeling miserable that they have not cleared a certain exam,
this kind of annotation will help.
This annotation will help them. Okay, all right, that makes sense. So I know that 3D annotation is for the, like, for example, this driverless cars.
They use this lidar.
So how do you guys, a data annotator handle that 3D annotations? Like
so actually it uses the lidar scanner. We have a scanned map of surrounding of a car. So we have to annotate whether the surroundings have any obstacles like car or some dog is running in the surroundings. So we have to tag this obstacles.
Okay. I was recently seeing maybe a month back a driverless Waymo actually almost collided with the Amazon delivery robot. So
it may be because of
it probably didn't understand that
the surrounding area.
It might not know that another robot. This driverless car might understand human beings and other cars, but this is a new object. So if it is properly annotated, then it might also understand.
That's why attention will be, because quality is top priority.
And this is like a very manual intensive work. Lot of annotations will be required. So is there not automation or tools for this?
There are. Obviously it is there, but manual labeling is there and automated labeling is there. So when we go for manual labeling, means if we have a complex task, like a judgment is required, like ambiguous cases or nuanced cases means, or high quality of data. If you want high quality of data means, in this case we have to go for manual labeling. AI-assisted labeling is if we have a large data sets, like simple cases like tagging a object in the image. For example, tagging a cat in the image.
Cat, apple, orange, all this.
For this case, you have to go for AI-assisted labeling, but there is also human interventions needed because of the quality. sometimes it may mess up. So we have to check the quality also. My personal view is we have to follow the hybrid approach. First the AI first label it, and then we have to check the quality.
So generally people they have a thinking that okay, AI is taking these decisions and all that. I think with this episode people will know that it's the human who is sitting behind with all the ethics and values and the process SOPs, and they are training every bit of the data that goes into the AI system, and then the AI system behaves how it's supposed to be behaving. Okay. So that's interesting. So how do you keep yourself updated?
So usually I read a lot of tech news.
Okay.
I have a few I follow a few Twitter handles like there's a person called Hey Barsi, and then another person called Rowan Cheng, and then another person called Alamin. So I subscribe to the free newsletters. So I'll get updated each and every day. They are also posting.
It's pretty much you watch every day, or you keep yourself updated?
I keep updated. I'll dedicate this half an hour for. I'll dedicate half an hour for this.
Okay.
Or else you can try. There is a website called Hugging Face.
Okay.
You can try a lot of AI models there itself.
Okay. So what is new in the field of AI data trading?
Recently I studied about there are two things. One is multimodal data annotation, which includes both video, audio, and image annotations. So it will help in self-driving cars.
Okay.
Like, so in if a car is moving, means it will it will show the 3D surrounding using camera.
Yeah.
So we'll get the video data, and then it will take an image. So we'll get data from the image, and from microphone we'll get the audio data.
So this is interesting. So let's say this driverless vehicles, right?
Okay.
It is not just important to scan and see the video if somebody is honking behind.
Yeah.
Okay. So this audio also needs to be annotated to know that if somebody is honking, you will have to probably move the lane.
Yes.
Okay.
Then another one is called, it is very interesting, AR and VR integration.
Okay.
So doctors mostly rely on CT and MRI scans.
Correct. Yeah.
So they have to see the 3D model in a computer or something else.
Oh, through VR they are.
So yeah,
VR,
VR they can walk around the if they are scanning any tumors, means through VR they can walk around the tumors. They can pinpoint each and every thing there.
In a 3D space they can.
In a 3D space, yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting.
So it will be helpful for the doctors as well.
Okay, that's great. So how is this field of AI data trading? Like, what's the job market? What are the opportunities for somebody who's starting?
So actually, this model validator, like data annotation specialist, is a new emerging role in AI.
Okay.
So the job market is right now it's booming.
Okay.
So if you want to the career growth is limited only in this field. So if you want to upgrade yourself to the next level, means you can either go for a AI data engineer or data scientist.
Okay. So I assume that as my understanding, not only in corporate but also in the freelance world, there's a lot of opportunities for AI data annotators.
Yeah, there are a lot of opportunities.
Okay, so that's interesting. I think we really covered a lot about the AI data trading world, and our audience got a good glimpse of this sector. Thank you so much, Vijay, for joining in today.
Thank you, Yousef. Thank you for having me.
Great pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. See you in another episode. Bye.